Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Entrepreneur Help Desk. My name is Tasha. I'm a business coach and tax strategist to small business owners across the United States. So in today's video, I'm going to give some advice, some business advice to new business owners, okay? New and growing business owners, but pretty much new business owners, okay? You're gonna see me looking over here from on occasion because I have my notes of things that I don't want to forget to say. Okay, so please stick around to watch to the end of this video. Okay, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my next great video. And if you've already been here and been rocking with me for a minute, welcome back and thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please click like as I go along if you like it, okay, so that YouTube will push it out to more people who are looking for this information. Okay, so the first piece of advice that I have for, business advice to new business owners, the first thing I want to say is that you have to believe in yourself. Okay, that's the first most important thing. I know people are going to talk about, other consultants and coaches or whatever. They're going to talk about a business plan. They're going to be talking about setting up your LLC and doing all of these things. And maybe you've already reached some of those points, or maybe you haven't yet, but the bottom line is, my advice is that the first thing, you have to believe in yourself. Okay, your belief has to be bigger than your doubts. You got to believe your beliefs more than you believe in your doubts. Okay, that is super important, because a lot of times you're going to run into a lot of naysayers telling you what's not going to work. You're going to run into doubters, and you're going to come across all types. Trust and believe. It could be family, it could be friends, and sometimes they don't mean you any harm. Most of the time, especially if they love you, they don't mean you any harm. They mean you well, but they're speaking from a space that maybe they can't even understand or relate to. And even if it was something they tried before and it didn't work for them, okay, that's fine, but you're not them. That's first of all. Second of all, you don't really know what they did or didn't do. Okay, so you can't judge off of that. You have to know who you are and know what commitment you're making to your business, and that you're in this for the long haul. But you must believe in yourself. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. Anytime that you are beginning to not believe, you have to change those thoughts around. You need to sometimes surround yourself with like-minded people, even if it means virtually, okay? Pulling up some YouTube content from motivational people who are just pushing you to be great, okay? So that's what I wanted to say, my first piece of business advice. Okay, my next advice is to make sure you're doing research, in a sense that you want to make sure that you're staying in tune with, especially what's going on in your industry. Okay, so you maybe want to obviously do some research online, on the internet, on YouTube. It's becoming a great search engine. There's all kind of places that you can do research on for what it is that you do to stay in the know of your industry, to keep on top of trends, keep on top of changing information, and things going on, different news that's going on with your industry. You want to just make sure you stay in the know and do your research. And sometimes it's even good to maybe join certain organizations in your industry. For example, I am a business coach and I'm also a tax strategist. So in terms of the taxes, I belong to an association called National Association of Tax Professionals, and I get a lot of information weekly, monthly. Sometimes I can even take educational classes or whatever. But basically, they're a good source for me to stay up to date for my research purposes and see what's going on in my tax industry. Okay, in the tax industry with business taxes. And I still service individuals as well. But I'm just saying, so yes, you want to make sure that you have somewhere, maybe you're reading blogs, or maybe, blogs are good too, especially obviously in blogs for your industry. Okay, so always do research. But I have a term that says don't go into paralysis analysis, meaning if you're thinking about doing something but you're doing research on it, and then you're should I do it, shouldn't I do it, and then you wind up doing nothing. Okay, so you can go into paralysis analysis and not do anything, and you don't want to do that either. Okay, another piece of advice I have for you is to set realistic goals. Okay, so what I mean is that, okay, you're probably a new business owner watching this, or maybe you've already started and you're in the early stages, but you want to set realistic goals and definitely be patient. But when I say set realistic goals, for example, you need to map out your goals, like maybe for 1 month or maybe for the first 3 months. What is it that you want to accomplish? What are you aiming for? Is it that you want to build up your social media, or you want to gain some more business knowledge with certain parts of running the business? Okay, which is really important, because as I'm coaching people, because I do business coaching and I do consultations, and you're welcome to go to that description box and look up more information on booking me for those things. But when I'm coaching people, I'm always saying, you want to set realistic goals. Okay, you don't want to set things that are just too far-fetched, too unreachable, like putting a lot of stress on yourself because you set a goal that's just too big. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to set more realistic goals, put a time frame on things. Maybe also use a planner or use your calendar or whatever to kind of put a date on something, what you want to achieve something by. As I was saying, maybe when it comes to followers, or maybe if you're on YouTube, maybe subscribers, or maybe from a financial situation, maybe you want to hit a certain sales target. There's so many goals in a business. Only you know what your goals are. But the bottom line is you want to set realistic goals, okay? And be patient with your goals. And be committed to your goals, okay? Now, another thing I want to mention is to stay organized, okay? A lot of times as a new business owner, we're so excited in the hype and there's so much going on, and we can kind of get not so organized or kind of be all over the place. And there's so many things to stay organized with, in terms of, like I mentioned, if you did set up an LLC, if you did set up an EIN, and you want to make sure you have all of these things in one place or digitally stored in cloud space, or maybe your bank statements if you have a business bank account and you want to keep that organized, or maybe your vendors. There's so many things, okay? So many parts of your business to keep organized. But the main thing is you want to keep organized from day one. Don't start waiting for, well, I'm going to get organized after I start making more money, or I'm going to get organized after this point and after that point. No, it starts from day one. You want to begin the good habits from now of being organized, okay? That's super important. And one of my last things that I want to mention, this is not I guess you could say this is not all the business advice. This is just a snippet of business advice for my new business owners. Okay, and I'll probably do more. If you like this kind of stuff, let me know, and I'll do more content. I've actually been in business for 17 years. By the grace of God, I would never want to go back and work for somebody else if I didn't have to. I love my freedom. Of course, I love the money. I definitely will say that I make more money in my business than I've ever made in any of my jobs. So that's definitely great, but mainly for the freedom. I love being in control of my time and just being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay, so I didn't mean to get off track with that, but I wanted to say, one of the last things. So that's why I said if you want more business advice from me, I'll definitely put more of that out. But also network, okay? And I recently did a video on how to use Instagram to grow your business. I also did a video on how to use LinkedIn to grow your business. So, and I'm going to do other platforms as well, but social media is not the only place to network. If you can find business events to go to, that's a great thing. In fact, I recently went to an event called Invest Fest, which was hosted by Earn Your Leisure. If you actually go to their YouTube channel or their Instagram, these two guys are called Earn Your Leisure, and they originally started as a podcast, which their platform has grown to be so massive and huge. And they had this whole financial literacy event called Invest Fest, which is where I actually got this shirt from. One of the one of the major speakers there named Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper, okay? His shirt, Wall Street looks like us now, okay? Oh wait, my camera's doing something weird. I apologize. My camera was doing something weird. But in any event, yes. So I bring that up to say at InvestFest, I made sure I gave out plenty of business cards, which people I think forget sometimes. Well, everybody, I also collected a lot of business cards, and I also gave out a lot of business cards. You know, what I want to say about business cards, do not overlook business cards. I know it can maybe feel a bit antiquated. I don't know, but first of all, I feel that business cards, they're always going to make a great first impression. They always have the potential to make a great first impression. They also are always a great way to look professional, to come across professional, no matter what kind of business you have. Well, here's my card, okay? And your card should actually have definitely your name, the name of your business, a phone number to reach you at, an email. It should definitely have like your social media links, at least one or two main things. You don't have to have them all there, because I am on a lot of platforms, but on my business card, I only have my Instagram handle and my YouTube handle, okay, and my email, my phone number. But what I'm saying is, I don't have all of my platforms on there, because that would just be too much. And then I have a little slogan there, a little tagline on what I do and who I serve. Okay, so you want to kind of keep it simple. And nowadays, obviously, they have a lot of there's a lot of resources out there to create a digital business card, which is really good. I know Canva has some, you know, Canva is one of my best friends. It has so many things, but yeah, you can actually create digital business cards on Canva, and there are other platforms to do that. And if you don't know how to do that and you're not too techy, you can go to a freelancer online and find a way to get a digital business card done. Nowadays, you can also create a QR code for your business card, or a QR code for your website. You can pretty much create QR codes now for any link that you want to send someone to. And obviously, it's a quick way for them to reach that, okay? So, and I believe you can do, on Canva, you can also create QR codes to whatever link you want to create. And that might be a good way to just have them all stored and kind of labeled, like maybe a QR code for your website, and you save it stored in your phone as website QR code, and you can just show it to people when you're there, whatever. And there's many other links that you could set up a QR code. But sorry to get sidetracked. I mainly wanted to speak about the importance of networking, okay? I went through a whole off the map, but it was still good advice, okay? But I wanted to say you don't want to forget about networking online and offline. When you network offline, try and find events that you can go to. A lot of times they'll be free. Maybe they're small business events in your area. I think there's a site called meetup.com, and I think also Eventbrite or Evite, something like that. Maybe you've heard of it, okay? And if I find it after when I'm doing my description, I'll include it. But yeah, you can find out, and sometimes you can Google. You can just honestly Google events for the month and see what's going on. But you can network like that. And a lot of times, if you can find like your local SBA office, Small Business Administration, or your local, I think it's called SBDC, which is Small Business Development, whatever. Okay, but and then score.org. Okay, a lot of times these places will have events. They maybe will have classes that you can go and take, and at these classes you can meet other business owners. But the bottom line is, you do want to network online and offline, and you just want to really shout to the world, whoever's going to listen, about your business, because you never know who's looking for what you sell or what you do in terms of a service or in terms of a product. And sometimes it's not about who they know, it's about the 20 people that they know that they might tell about you. Okay, so you always want to be networking. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Feel free to book me for a consultation if you want to dive a little deeper, get some one-on-one questions answered, and just improve your business overall. The link is in my description box. Okay, I do also offer coaching as well, but that's if you're ready to take it to another level. All right, and so I believe that's it. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.